Yo, welcome back to another TCM video. Now, in this video, I'm going to be ranking TCM victims from who I think is the worst to who I think is the best. Now, with me telling you what I rank these victims at, I'm also going to show you the builds that I rock on them. And if you have a better build that will make the characters seem a lot better, let me know in the comment section. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And big shout out to Barbie Joshua and Little Miss Imperfect, who were the top 2 gifters for my subathon. Make sure you check them out. Links to their Twitch will be in the description below. Now at number 5 in the least rank for sure is gonna be Sunny. Now this isn't me saying that Sunny is bad, but I do think out of all the abilities, I think Sunny has the weakest one. Now his power, if you're a stealth player, can be really useful for you for letting you know where the killers are, where your teammates are, and kind of what's going on around you. But compared to everybody else, I do think he is the weakest. Now lately I've been rocking a crazy tough Sunny build, so that for me at least he won't be super weak when it comes to having run-ins with killers. So the build I've been rocking is What Doesn't Kill You, with the perk that boosts your toughness and Choose Flight. And for his attributes, I just boosted the toughness, a little bit endurance, and literally 1 attribute point on proficiency. And for his ability tree, I just went up the left side and went to the middle where you get the height and sense so you can see all the little cues from the victims and the family. And for the skill tree, I just took the right hand path so I make sure I get the toughness perk, the What Doesn't Kill You, and the Choose Flight that you can also spin for some good random perks like Stunt Double or even Efficient Grappler. And make sure to comment if you have a better Sunny build, because I would love to rock something new on this dude so I can have a reason to play him. Now in the number 4 slot, this is going to pain me to do because I love playing her, but I'm going to have to put Julie. Now Julie is one of my favorite characters to play. I think she is my favorite if you take away the grappler build on Anna and Leland. I think Julie's like super underrated. A lot of people still don't understand what like her ultimate does and stuff like that. And I don't know, she's just a lot of fun to play, especially when you put like slippery on her, put some high proficiency on her, maybe Choose Flight or something else that has to do with endurance. And also her ultimate can get you out of some sticky situations, especially like on Family House, maybe jumping out the window, the generator's off and you have to sprint all the way to the main road. Julie's gonna be that person that gets you there, especially if you don't have Choose Flight or you don't have any like crazy endurance perk. Julie's the one for you. But I am trying to be as honest as possible with this ranking, so I'm gonna have to put Julie in the 4. Now, I've experimented with a lot of different builds for Julie, especially early on in the TCM days when it first released, but these are the 2 that I like to rock more than most of them. And the first one's going to be Choose Flight, the perk that gives you more proficiency and slippery. And the second one's going to be the same exact thing, but instead of the proficiency perk, you're going to replace that with Bomb Squad. Now, I keep the attributes for both these builds kind of the same. I just make sure I have her proficiency somewhere between the 40s and 45s. I put a little bit more on her toughness and a little bit more on her endurance, even though she doesn't really need it. And for her ability tree, I go right to left. The first one being that the ability lasts 12 seconds. The second one being that the run-in stamina consumption is reduced by 75%. And the third one being that the recharge time for it is 90 seconds. Then for her skill tree, I just go up the middle path, making sure that I get slippery, Choose Flight, the proficiency perk, and you can even get like jump scare, Choose Fight, and empowered. Now in the number 3 slot, this one was kind of difficult for me, but I took a lot into consideration. In the number 3, I'm gonna put Leland. Now Leland, before the grappler build, and make sure you go check out my grappler video if y'all haven't seen it and don't know what that is, but before that build, I wasn't even the biggest fan of Leland. Like, yeah, he has this little stun that could knock him on the floor, but I didn't think he was really that much, honestly. And before like using that build, I would have probably put him at the 4 under Julie. But with the grappler build, and if you were to put like Choose Flight on him, I think he's really insane. Like being able to completely knock out a killer or like stun Bubba for a couple seconds to make like some crazy plays, it's too strong. And the thing that makes it a little weird is a lot of people don't use them that efficiently. Like it's rare that I see a really efficient Leland player who doesn't just like brainlessly run at the killer and just stun them just to get it out the way. But when played really well by a good player, Leland is definitely in the 3rd. Now I know for a fact that there are way better Leland builds than this, but this is the one I've been rocking to have a good time on them. It's gonna be Grappler, Efficient Grappler, and Stunt Double. And when I'm not rocking Stunt Double, sometimes I put on Efficient Backstabber. But I know you can get like Choose Flight on them, you can get No Cell on them, you can get What Doesn't Kill You on them. So I know for a fact there are way better builds. This is just the one that I've been rocking. And for his attributes, I just boost his toughness and his endurance, because his endurance is really bad if you don't have any perks that like help that. And so is his toughness. Like in the technical test, Leland was really a tank. Like he had a lot of toughness, and now if you don't like boost it or rock a perk, he's kind of weak, like kind of like Connie weak a little bit. And for his ability tree, I go right to left. The first level being that barred family members will be stunned for 6 seconds. The second one being that you'll get 60 stamina points back when you do barge a family member. And the third one being that the recharge time is 180 seconds. For the skill tree, I take the right hand path. So you make sure you get grappler first. You make sure you get efficient grappler. Then you can also get stun double on the random. And also get efficient backstabber and a couple other good perks. Now for the number 2 slot, I'm not sure how many people are gonna agree with this. I feel like the really experienced players would agree with me on this one, but I'm gonna put Connie in the number 2. Now Connie's pretty straightforward. I mean, her ult is one of the strongest in the game. Like, let's be real, you can instantly unlock a door and apply so much pressure to the family with just the click of a button. But as far as like her attributes go, she's kind of weak. And of course you can boost her attributes, make her like super tough, maybe put choose flight, slippery, up her proficiency and stuff like that. But honestly, she's really boring. But I can't deny the fact that her ult is just too insane. So not gonna lie, her ult solely carried her to the number 2 slot. Now when it comes to different builds on Connie, I do have a couple, just because I'm trying to get like the right formula, the right combination for it. The first combination is going to be Jumpstart, Choose Flight, and Slippery. And the second one's going to be Efficient Lockpicker, Choose Flight, and Extra Drip. And the third build is dedicated to when there's a hitchhiker in the lobby. It's going to be Bomb Squad, Slippery, and Jumpstart. And as far as her attributes go, I always boost her proficiency, but I always boost her toughness because she needs it, bro. If you get a Johnny out in the open, like, she's like 4 hits and then she dies. And once again, on her ability tree, I went from right to left. Level 1 being once activated, stamina and family proximity debuff is 20 seconds. The second one being when you activate your ability, the stamina consumed is reduced by 35%. And the third one being that it reduces the recharge time to 180 seconds. Now for her skill tree, I went right up the middle to make sure we get efficient lockpicker. And you also want to go to the top left and grab choose flight. For the random perks, hers is the trickiest because you want to grab slippery, extra drip, and bomb squad. So you will have to respec a lot if you want to grab every single good perk for her. And last but not least, I legit made a video about this, but the best victim in Texas Chainsaw Massacre is Anna. And I feel like this one speaks for herself. She's a tank. Because against a really good squad, you're gonna keep going back and trying to do different plays, and sometimes they're gonna outplay you. They're gonna see right through you. They're gonna go get a couple hits on you, and eventually you're gonna run out of heals. But with Anna, being able to tank that damage, especially with a what doesn't kill you, no cell, extra drip build, it's just gonna be more value than like Connie's ability. And also I'm kind of biased because she has the grappler build. Now speaking of builds, these are my favorite 3 to run. The first one's gonna be grappler, choose fight, and what doesn't kill you. Her second one's gonna be her OG tank build, which is choose flight, no cell, and what doesn't kill you. And the third one's gonna be another really good one, which is choose flight, extra drip, and what doesn't kill you. And for her attributes, I like to boost her proficiency and her endurance a bit, but I know a lot of people like to just max her toughness and endurance out. Both are really good options, but I always like to have a decent proficiency. And for her ability tree, I went right to left again. Level 1 being the ability lasts for 9 seconds. Level 2, which is really good, is incoming melee attacks will restore small amounts of stamina. And the third one reduces the ability's recharge time to 135 seconds. And for her skill tree, I just went right up the middle, making sure you grab choose flight, extra drip, what doesn't kill you, grappler, and no cell. Now hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you made it this far, make sure you leave a like. Like I said, none of these builds are the best builds for these characters. They're just what I like to use. And if you rock something different and you want to share it with me, make sure you leave a comment below. But that's going to be all for this video. Until next time, I'm Tony, and I'm out.